Okay, I think we are live.
Yay!
Hey everyone, it is just a couple minutes after 8 o'clock Eastern, and I hope that you are ready to go with us because we have a powerful hour set. And we have some guests on with us tonight because we kind of merged forces with National Sales Director Heidi Gelzer. So I know that Red Jackets and consultants from the Heidi Gelzer National area are joining us as well. So we are excited to have you with us tonight. And we have lots in store coming up over these next several months leading to the seminar finish line for our Red Jackets. Now here's the scoop. So the one thing we said was, tonight, yes, it's our monthly Red Jacket area-wide hangout, usually a Zoom, but tonight we're doing Hangout. But what we said for tonight was that if you are what I'm calling a Red Jacket wannabe, you know that you want to earn that Red Jacket. You know you want something more from your business. And I know we have a lot of you who not only want a Red Jacket, but you want to move into a directorship position because you are looking for something more and that you want to take this opportunity and you want to take it to a level that allows you to get to a platform where you truly can design your life to truly live your best life, whatever that may be for you. And so we are excited to have all of you with us tonight because we have someone so super special who is going to be sharing with you. And that's none other than Jordan Twilley, who is a top director in Mary Kay. Jordan lives in Maryland, and I'm going to read you her accolades in a second. But what I want you to know is that several years ago, I was a guest speaker at a retreat in Maryland for National Sales Director Pam Higgs. And that was my first opportunity to meet Jordan in person. And it didn't take me long after spending just a little bit of time with Jordan to know that she was going to go places in Mary Kay. And I was so excited to have had the opportunity to spend time with her, because I knew that she wasn't just going to win a pink Cadillac. She wasn't just going to be a top director, but she was going to impact a lot of lives, and she was going to move into the national sales director position. And that is exactly what is happening now. And yes, she's won the trips, and yes, she drives a pink Cadillac. And many of you may have seen her in the company's one of the Why Story videos where she was spotlighted, and you probably saw that and know a little bit about Jordan. But I am just thrilled to see everything that she has accomplished. And so she's going to just share with you tonight. And she has a lot that she's going to pour into you and in helping encourage and just really shift your mindset to know that you can go from where you are right now into DIQ like that. And some of what she did to make it happen. So I am not going to wait any longer, and I am just going to introduce her to you, and then we are going to get going. So Jordan started her business when she was 18 years old. She has not been in Mary Kay that long, you guys. So when she was 18 years old, she was still in high school and about to begin college. She was introduced to Mary Kay by her friend, her role model, and her high school soccer coach. And so Jordan began her business excited to make some extra money while in college and get her products at cost, but she didn't see going past that. And at 20 years old, she decided to give her business some focus and fell in love with the extra income. And so then she ended up debuting as a sales director just 6 months later. So here's what's happened since then. You guys, Jordan is a Triple Crown sales director on the Dean's List. So that means as a director in your first year, and you probably don't know this yet as Red Jackets, but in your first year as a sales director, in the first 12 months, there's a fun competition with all of the other directors who debuted during that time. And she was on the Dean's List, meaning she was one of the top 3 sales directors for her director debuting class. And as a result, during that year, being Triple Crown and Dean's List, she also earned $3,000 in bonuses, because your first year as a sales director, 3 months after you debut, 6 months after you debut, and then 12 months after you debut, you can earn $1,000 bonus, $1,000 bonus, and another $1,000 bonus. It's kind of nice when the company throws cash at you. So not only did that happen her first year as a director, but she has completed the National Court of Sharing twice And in fact, she was in the top 3 of the court for her seminar division. She completed the National Court of Sales. She has earned over 20 carats in diamond rings from Mary Kay. So she has lots of those on her fingers. She was the most improved sales director in the state of Maryland in 2015. She has earned 4 cars so far. And of course, she currently drives the amazing XT5 pink Cadillac. She was the Miss Go Give for October 2016. And you guys, her unit has completed the 400,000, the 500,000, the $500,000 unit clubs, plus the 650,000 Circle of Excellence trip unit, the 800,000 unit club prestige unit. All right. And that earned Jordan, and now Jordan is married to her husband, Eric. They've earned 3 trips, including London, Paris, and they just returned from the Alaskan cruise in September. Her highest check in 1 month is over $16,000. And Jordan says that she's proud that she completed her college education, earned her bachelor's degree. However, she has no plans to use it. She is driven by the unlimited earning potential and security plan that Mary Kay offers. She loves the foundation that Mary Kay was built from, keeping God first, family second, and career third. And her greatest joy is to pass this incredible lifestyle onto so many other women. So you guys, without further ado, I am going to turn it over to Jordan Twilley.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm so excited to be your guest speaker tonight. And just thank you so much, Diane, for having me and allowing me to pour into really the most pivotal position on the career path, if you ask me. And Red is just such a, you can get to Red really fast and it can be a place that you kind of grow to over time, but it really doesn't matter because there's a lot of lessons that you learn to get there, and it just doesn't happen by accident. There is a reason that you have that red jacket, or you're going to have that red jacket, and you're on this call. And so my hope and desire is that I can kind of walk you through what this has been like for me personally, coming into a business young with no cosmetic background and really not having a business background either. I studied in the medical field, and so this was really a foreign thing for me that I've had to learn from the ground up. But the most incredible journey and the most once in a lifetime, one of a kind blessings and opportunities have come through this business. And so I know that you guys know how incredible our company is. Like you wouldn't be here if you weren't sold out for Mary Kay. You would not be on here tonight. But I just want to reiterate really quick the place that we're at right now, because it is one of a kind of deal that we have an 8-9 promotion to run with right now. So I'm just going to address the elephant that's here right now and start off there, because this is unheard of. This is the greatest gift the company could ever give to anybody looking to move into leadership. Because if you ask me, one of the biggest things that I don't think we really fully see and understand and can wrap our brain around is the income that we can make as a sales director. And so when this promotion launched, I saw that, people maybe would be excited. They don't have to do as much qualification wise, yada, yada. But what I really saw was the opportunity for someone to get into a leadership position faster, to experience that income faster. Okay, because as sales directors, we make a lot of money as long as we're willing to work. And so I really want to break down the income tonight and what's at your fingertips if you choose to run with that. But what I want to start with before we go into that is just, like I said, where our company is at. This is unheard of. You are not going to want to wake up on July 1st saying, man, I wish I had a, or even on April 1st or February 1st. Every day is truly a gift, and we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, and we don't know what's going to happen a year from now. And so I guess you could say that in my journey, I've been slightly negatively motivated, because I've always just thought of, what if I don't do this right now? What if I don't prioritize today? What if I don't make my booking times and stick to it? What's going to be the result next month? Do I want to be there? Do I want to relive the same thing over and over? And this for me was an opportunity to write a different story. And for many of you watching, I know that that's the same thing, that's we have that in common, that you want to turn a new page. 2018, you want to be different. You want to have more savings. You want to have no debt. You want to give your kids more options. You want to tell your husband, you know what, babe, you want to quit? Quit. I got this. Everyone really has their own reason that makes them tick. And it has been very challenging, I would say, for me to dig into that like dreaming process of Mary Kay, because in a normal world, they're not like, tell me what you really want. Like, let's figure out why you want to excel. Let's figure out why you want to make minimum wage or go to work for 40 hours. You know, it's just a motion that you do. We just do it. And so that is honestly a skill, I would say, that you need to master moving into leadership, is learning yourself and knowing, you know, what drives you and what makes you move, what makes you get out of bed, because every single one of us can do this. It's not a matter of like, I have something or Diane has something that you don't. It's not a matter of you've been in, you know, a short period of time and someone else has been in a while. None of those things have anything to do with it. What you brought to the table really has nothing to do with it, because talent is something that we all have uniquely in us. However, the skill is, it obviously needs to be learned, but the willingness to do the work is going to, like, that's going to be the difference of who takes this to the top and not. And so the greatest thing is you get to decide that. The greatest thing about being a part of this company is not only all of the things that they're throwing at us right now, but the fact that you have the pen and you get to write it and you get to figure out what you want this year and what you want your paychecks to look like. So I hope that you just really spend some time, if you haven't already, dreaming about this year and digging deep into what this could be, that you flip through the Applause magazine and you find somebody that stands out to you, or you look at a check and you think and ask your husband, what would we do with that money? You know, just really taking time to figure out why you want this. And for some of you watching, you're like, I don't know, Jordan, why I want it. Like, I just signed up 3 weeks ago. And so I'm talking to you guys too, because this is like a once in a lifetime, seriously, thing that the company's done. Like, I've been in for 8 years almost, and I've never seen them throw out a promotion like this. So I just want to reiterate that this is a gift. And I know, especially after coming back from leadership, with some of the things that they're going to throw at us and that are going to come out new, that you're going to want to be in motion. You're not going to want to just like hope that you get 8. You're going to want to decide where you're going and make that commitment and talk to your sales director and figure out a plan to get there and work your plan. Plan the work and work the plan. It's just that simple. And so, yes, we are part of something very unique, this culture of Mary Kay. And so I'm going to start off, actually, this was not part of my plan, but this just happens to be here. I'm going to start off by saying that if you've not read this thing that comes in your starter kit, this is a great place to start, because when you understand the gift that you were given when somebody shared this opportunity with you, when you understand who Mary Kay Ash is, it gives you a different perspective of fight. It gives you a different perspective of what you're complaining about or what excuse you're making, because this woman had every single reason to say, you know what? It's all good. Like, I lived a good life. Like, I've raised babies and I love them. And so I'm just going to hang out and be complacent and mediocre. I would say that she could have said that. But instead, she said, no, I'm going to figure this out. And I'm going to pray, and I'm going to be committed, because I'm a woman of my word. And any obstacle that's thrown my way, God gave me the vision. So, I mean, I'm going to expect that there's going to be obstacles, but that doesn't change why he gave it to me or what he gave to me. So I'm going to keep it moving. And that's the decision that we all have to make. There's going to be bumps. There's going to be things that come in your path. There's going to be people that maybe don't get what you do or have something to say, or a party that's a $0 party, or a team member that joins your team and quits. But hear me out, that all of these experiences that you are going to go through are going to sculpt you into an incredible leader that then becomes a leader of leaders, understanding the process, having the experience, because hear me out again, experience trumps everything. It trumps talent. It trumps being lucky. Experience is everything. You have to learn this business inside and out to be a good leader for a team. You've got to know what you're doing. You've got to be so confident. And all of those things don't just happen overnight. They come by growth and the process, right? The process, the fun stuff. So my first tip would be to get to know our founder, because, oh my goodness, there's a million other opportunities, right? And so right now, as you're sharing the opportunity, you need to really understand what we have that's different, why they should join our company, and not even that, but your team specifically. Out of all the consultants, why they would want to join your team, because you have vision, you know where you're going, you're a part of the greatest company. You need to know these things and stand proud in them, and the fact that we have like the most incredible product. So it sells itself. You know, we really have the best crutch ever to build our confidence on, which is our products. Okay, so I think that's enough of that. I'm gonna like move into a little bit of when I started and just what this really has looked like for me, because I was 18 when I was exposed to Mary Kay. I was a baby, you could say, okay? I was still in high school. I had a lot of extracurricular activities. I worked. I came from a farming background, and like Diane said, the company does have a wide video that they did and really like captured what my life looks like currently and previously, which was work. That was just it. And so you know, when I think of one skill, that there's many, many, many skills that I have had to learn in running a business, but one skill that I have had and I knew that I had going for me was whatever was thrown at me, I'm a worker. And so I could be at a restaurant right now and be the little bus girl running around. But trust and believe, I'm going to be the best bus girl you've seen. Like, I would be making tips, probably more than the waitresses, because I would be connecting with people and helping. And that's just you know who I am. It's what I was brought up around, was working until whatever the job was completed. Not till you got the best results, not till you felt like it, not till 9 or 10 o'clock a.m. when everybody else was going to work, like, or even getting off. I can remember dating and I would be like, I get off at like a question mark, like, I don't know where we're going to go, I don't know what time, I don't know what to tell you to wear because it depends what time we go, so everything revolved around work. So gladly in Mary Kay, we get to put God first, family second, career third. That's my favorite part of this company. However, our work is a act of service. It is a act of worship. It is a contribution to your family and to your faith, if you ask me. So I think a lot of times people maybe would use that as an excuse or get it backwards, when really I think that they all three mold really like together, like this. It's not three separate things. They're all together. And so yes, we find balance, yes, we work through those things. But I can just remember going to work was a privilege. I was excited to make money. I was really like looking forward to a paycheck. I can remember as a kid that when I wanted to spend time with my family, specifically my grandpa, because he's like the bomb. And so my like fun time was I got to go to work with him. And so I loved it because I got to hang out with him. Like, you kind of got to figure out as you go, like what's going to get you going. And for me, if I'm going to have like food and fun and love the people I'm going and serve, like, yeah, that doesn't really sound like work to me. That sounds like fun. So I just feel it's such a privilege to be a part of this company, to be a leader in it. And I hope that as I give you some tips as I've grown, and just really what it's looked like for me, that you find your inner leadership and you're ready to like go. Like, you don't need to know it all, you just need to step into wherever you want to go. So when you think of that position, if it's a national sales director, if it's a pink Cadillac director, if it's a team leader by the end of the month, thinking to yourself, how would a team leader act? How would she help and contribute at the meeting? How would she treat her customers and make sure they're getting the best customer service? And that's the role that we have to be obsessed in living in, is that, because we think of that as a different person, but it's not. That's you. It's just a decision of, are you going to be like that now, today? So as I was moving up, I was recruited at 18, like I said, in high school. Last thing I really saw myself doing, because I worked on a farm, I was super athletic, I had all these extracurricular activities. I was definitely encouraged to go to college and get a real job and, get that piece of paper, because that was going to be the answer to all of my dreams and all the opportunities. And so when I graduated and started college, I mean, I loved my Mary Kay business. I made good side money from it, but I never, ever, 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 ever saw leadership being for me. I added team members really kind of naturally, because I was sharing the products and I was doing parties. And so it's funny how, whether you want a team build or not, if you're putting products on faces, if you're doing the activity, results come, whether they're, intentional or not. It's just how it works in our company. So busyness is like God can bless that. God can do a lot when you're busy. But when you're kind of hanging out like, oh, I hope 2 team members come by the end of the month so I can submit for DIQ, or oh, I hope that, I go on target for my car this month, or my team does good. Like it's not through hoping that stuff happens. So it wasn't until I was 20 that I was in college. I worked 2 jobs while in college, and just really was so frustrated when I saw my sales director go to seminar in August, and she was getting all these prizes and all these diamonds and all this recognition and living this awesome life. And I'm like, I, I don't even get it. Like, I don't even get how that works. But if she's making money, like, I need to know how it works. And I, at this point, have been in for 2 years. I had seen other consultants be successful with this. And so it was just kind of this moment of not wondering what I should do next. I knew exactly what I needed to do next, which was call her and say, look, I need some money right now. Like, can you help me? I love the product. My mom uses it. I'm using it. I've loved my consultanthood, like, but I need to do more with this. And so we started working together the first week of September, like very, very, very end of August, first week of September. And by October 31st, I had earned my first car and gotten into DIQ. And so DIQ was the focus because there's more income to be made there. Hear me out. And let me just put out here as boldly as possible. Never did I ever say, I'm going to not graduate college. Never did I ever say, Mary Kay is the answer to all of my dreams. Or I'm not going to go forward with the career that I see myself desiring and studying in. Like, that was not part of the plan, guys, because it's very rare, I think, that you can say that from the get-go. It's in the process. It's when you get the paycheck that you're like, why am I going to work for these people again? Like, but I see so many people get hung up on this thought that they have to quit or they have to, figure something out. And you don't have to decide and have it all figured out at all. You simply walk through the process and you will figure it out as you go, and you'll be more relatable for that reason. So at this point, I really thought I was just going to be a sales director and make great money in college until I graduated college, and then could figure out what I wanted to do, both, or go forward with my career or whatever. And so when I became a sales director, I pretty much immediately started making between $3,000 and $4,000 commissions checks. Was on target to earn my second car. And it's through those things that I was like, well, maybe I could do a little bit more. Well, maybe I could think a little bit bigger. Well, maybe I could contribute to my area's goals, which at the time was to finish a national area. Maybe I could, do this or dream about that. It was so foreign for me because I just was a worker. But I saw the short-term monthly goals that would link to bigger checks, that would link to different car colors, that would link to confidence. And I just simply walked through that process. That's it. There was no secrets. There was no fluff. I saw faces, I sold products, and I shared the opportunity, even if I was shaking in my shoes and didn't feel comfortable. Like, that was the ticket. I had my sales director follow up with a lot of people, booked a lot of three-way calls. But I literally just did what Mary Kay said to do. That was it. There was nothing fancy. So fast forward, since then, it's been amazing. We debuted as a national area. I got to see the big picture at seminar my first year, or my first Bumblebee. Fell in love with really the culture through that. And it wasn't until that point that I'm like, why am I going to school again? And my husband, I was dating him at the time, and he's like, you should really just do this. This is amazing. You do good. You love it. You make money. And so then those options and those different thoughts came in. But I did not feel the need to decide anything when I made that decision or when I became a director. All of those things just unfolded because that's how it works. So fast forward again. Now here I am, trips and cars and people that I've been able to see move up. One of my girls, she's has her master's degree in teaching, and she just made her highest check ever was over $12,000 last month. And guys, I remember meeting her 2.5 years ago, and they did not even have the $100 to sign up. It is insane what this business can do and what you're giving to other people when you offer it. But we have to know that to the core and be infectious about, when we're sharing why we love this and what's going on for us. So that leads me into this. You got to have a powerful, impactful, confident I story. I truly believe that even with the cars, even with the commissions checks, that you right now as a red jacket are more relatable and even trustworthy, and will give someone the confidence to say yes more than I would. Here's why. Because who the heck can relate to a $12,000 commissions check like my girl just had? Who can relate to driving around in a pink car? I hated pink. Here I am. And it's like, I mean, like that was the most foreign thing when I signed my beauty agreement. I remember the pink Cadillac being in the driveway. I remember the sales director with diamonds on and heels and the whole 9 yards. But guys, I was like, I could not be her. I could never be her. So your I story and you being confident in what you're offering them to be a part of right now is crucial. I always tell people my I story goes, I mean, you're going to fluff it up, of course, but 3 different things. It's why you started, why you signed, what you wanted out of it when you signed, and what your next goal is. Those 3 things, because what it does is it gives them an invitation into what's next. It shows them why you said yes. For me, I trusted my consultant, I loved her, and I loved the products. And there was no quota. I was like, yeah, why not? That's why I said yes. What I wanted out of it then was to see what would happen. An extra $100 here or there would be awesome, but really to get my products at 50% off, like if nothing else, I would have been stoked. And then it has gone full circle. And now my goal is to be a national sales director and to help women truly feel confident and love themselves from the inside out and give them opportunity, whether that's feeling confident and beautiful every day or whether that's to change their financial situation at home. That's what I'm offering. I'm offering people to have a dream and to be able to actually have a vehicle to get it. It could be Disney. It could be braces. It could be all of these things that we give examples of, because someone in there has debt that they want to pay off. Someone in there has a child that she dreams to take to Disney probably. And if she didn't, that planted the dream in her head right then. We've got to connect with them at the class because you will hit every single one of them. And guys, it may not be for them, but I'm going to tell you a story, okay? When I heard the business opportunity, I basically just kind of like hung out, like arms crossed, was like, okay, this is like part of these party things. Like they have to do this part. So I'm just going to hang out through this part. And they booked me for a 3-way call because when they asked me if I could see myself doing something like this, I was like, oh, heck no. Booked me for a 3-way call. Did the 3-way call. My mom said, Jordan, no. Heck to the no. You are not doing this. You are in high school. You're about to go to college. You got 20 other things going on. Like, no. I'm a little stubborn, I guess, when I get my mindset on something. So I think it was kind of fuel to the fire because I'm like, what's to lose? Like, for real, there's nothing to lose. So why not? Why not like do it? And then I was like, I'm just going to do it. And so after the 3-way call, I signed my agreement. It took them 4 layers. I had been to a party. I watched a video. I jumped on a call. I had done several things, okay, before I said yes. So there is fortune in the follow-up. There is reason always to book a 3-way call, to follow back around with people, give them time, whether it's a month, a year. Don't forget about them, because if they're on the fence, people's seasons change every 6 months. My life has changed so much in the last 8 years. It is unreal. So my recruiter was a red jacket at the time. Okay. So when she recruited me, I do not think that she would have, dreamt or have thought or have even like really desired me to be on her team. Like I rolled up in sweatpants. My hair was a mess. I'd never tried on a product before, but she shared with me anyways. And so here's the biggest part to this story. Still to this day, my recruiter has her customer base. She has team members on her team. She pulls a 9 or a 13% commissions check every month because she has a team established. She's moved several times. She's had kids. She's fell down stairs and broke her leg. She's gone through all different seasons in the last 7 to 8 years alongside of me. I did not take this opportunity and jump in and start running with it. It took me a couple years. But since the day that she recruited me, I have made her over $10,000 in commission. from the company that they have paid her for introducing this opportunity to me. I sell a lot of products and I love having inventory on hand, and I love what I do. Did she know that was going to happen? No. Do you know that somebody on your team 2, 3, 4 years from now may have a different season? And because you introduced this to them, they would take off like a rock star and make money for their family and ultimately give you $10,000? Do you think that the next time you roll up to a party, the girl in sweatpants and a hair thing that is a hot mess is going to make you $10,000? I don't know. But I will tell you that I'm not willing to not share the opportunity knowing that. I think it is crazy. I've always heard that when you don't share, you leave $100 on the table. I believe that's a minimum. I believe that if you do not share this opportunity, you are limiting not only that person, but yourself to so much. 1 in 3 women will say yes to you if you are confident in enrolling your sales director and working this full circle. One in 5 if you're doing it on your own and kind of winging it and seeing what's up, but 1 in 3. That's a lot of people. That's a huge team that you could literally decide today with 0 team members, I'm going to go in DIQ on February 1st. And you could do it with 8 people. There are people that use loads of products. I mean, we have literally the best opportunity. They just don't know. And so who the heck are we to keep it from them? It's our job to go be like little pink fairies and share it. And think to yourself, what if someone had not shared it with you? What if? That's really the kicker, guys. Like every one of you that are on here, you want something more. You love your business. You love your products. You love something about this. If I just took that away right now, that would not be cool, right? So who are we to not let somebody have some tax advantages or have some girl time? When I'm uncomfortable, I just say, guys, this may or may not be for you. But if I worked another job, would get fired if I didn't do my job. Just like you. You're a nurse, right? Just like you. You're a teacher, right? If you didn't do your job, they would fire you. And so even though I'm not going to get fired, I am going to choose to do my job today and share not only the products, but share our business as well. Because I know that by 2020, 50% of American households will have at-home business of some sort. And I just want to let you guys know that we're the best one. Here's why. Let me tell you. And you go into it. I tell them 1 in 3 women are looking for an extra avenue of income, whether it's to pay off debt, to pay a car payment, to send their kid to private school, to retire their husband early, to pay for whatever. I give examples that they can relate to. Okay. So moving on. You got to be willing to hang in there for more than like 5 minutes. Okay. And I just want to like go here because I think that especially in my generation, if you do not see a result like tomorrow, you're like, oh, on to the next thing. Like, oh, something better maybe over there. And the old saying of the grass is green where you water it is so true, especially in running a business. Again, what if my recruiter had quit? Are you kidding me? Like, what if she was just like, this Mary Kay thing, like, yeah, I mean, I've got a couple customers, but whatever. Like, choose to, what you have built, choose to be a good steward of it every single day. Whether it's your customers or your team members or your sister consultants, your director that mentors you, be a good steward of it all, because in 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years, you don't know what that seed is going to grow into. Better yet, if you aren't taking good care of it, oh goodness, it's just a hot mess waiting. Because you as a leader, we have to lead by example, right? You as a leader, you're not going to want to grow and replicate you if you're not really doing that, if you're not really leading a strong business and by example, right? So we have to be the example of what we want to grow. Is everyone going to catch it? No. Let me just tell you that. Is all of your team going to be amazing and like you and come to meetings? No. I'm so sorry to burst your bubble. You're going to be lucky if a third of them go to career conference with you. You're going to be lucky if you've got a third of them, coming and doing stuff. That's the numbers, 1/3. So are you willing to go get 8 people and then turn it into 24 to give you and your family options that maybe you don't have right now? And it may not even be finances, guys. For me, it was. But there's so much here, even beyond finances, that I hope you really stick around for long enough for your hard work to pay off. Okay, it takes about a year. I just want to talk about time. It takes about a year to really go through like all the seasons and see people come, go, gain confidence. People who quit in less than a year, crazy, right? But in most businesses, okay, average business is $150,000 to even open up the doors. In 3 years, usually they will start making a profit at year 3. Could you imagine not making a profit until year 3? That's bogus. Thank goodness we can make profit right then. But my point to this is that it is taken, I am where I am right now because every single month, every week, every day, I'm willing to grow. I'm willing to learn new things. I'm willing to be willing. I figure, I take advice and coaching not as criticism, but as a way for me to get better and as a way for me to be a better leader for my people. And this is not, we just hang out and make great texts. Like, we work and we're leaders, and it is incredible, but it's work, and we do have to constantly be growing and learning and figuring things out as they change and grow too. Okay. All right. Let me hustle through this. All right. Things that could have held me back. I just want to start there. Well, I really was so young that a lot of opinions and caring what people thought about me. That sounds really bad and that sucks to say, but like it just is what it is. Like it's been a huge factor in everything in my life. Usually I still end up doing what I want to do, but a lot of times I feel like muted along the way. Like I'm not as bold as I want to be, or I'm not as confident as I want to be. And that really could have held me back to not just be like, this is my goal and I would love to invite you to be a part of it. And this is, this is my job description. Let me tell you about it. I definitely could have been held back by people that were older than me, thinking that they wouldn't listen to me because I was young. And even when I was 19, 20, 21, working my business, that was something I remember. I remember when I recruited my first woman that was like over the age of 40. And I was like, oh my gosh, like what? She said yes. And it was such a confidence boost, guys. But what I've learned now, I'm 26. I just turned 26 right now, is all women really, like, we're on the same level. Somebody may have kids, somebody may have a high, corporate status, but we all desire the same thing, which is love, which is feeling like we belong, which is making an impact and helping other people. So please don't let that hold you back. I feel like I really overcame that quickly, and that's not held me back at all. Like recently, thank goodness, but it's been a beautiful thing to just share this and not worry about who I'm talking to, how they're receiving it, and just share. I mean, most of my people that I'm working with have kids. They're old enough to be my mom, okay? And so they tell me that too. And I'm just like, but I don't feel awkward about it at all because they needed it. They needed it too. And so if you are in the 30 plus range, don't be, concerned about what the 18 or 19-year-old is going to say. Like, they need you. In fact, they want mentors. You probably don't know that because they're like in their own world and going to Ulta and spending $300 or like, Snapchatting or whatever. But like, they need a mentor. They want a mentor. They desire to feel a part of something, and self-growth. They value self-growth more than anything. Seriously, they will walk away from a top, awesome, amazing job just because they're not happy. That's just how it is. So don't let that stuff hold you back, is what I'm saying. Some things that I just kind of expect out of my red jackets and people that are moving up. And I just wanted to like convey this. I'm sure you guys probably know it or you're already doing these things, but it's just helpful to hear different styles. And this has been a huge benefit. It's been a great benefit for my girls to know that as a red jacket, they got to be coming to the meeting. If you want to move up, if you are in a senior consultant or have nobody right now and want to be red or want to be a director, you got to go to the events, guys. Career conference is not an option. You have to be at career conference. You need to be at seminar. And so one step at a time, okay, get to career conference. But I'm just telling you that the number one thing that has helped me is being around women who have expanded my vision, who have been able to speak life into me and give me advice and talk to me through a situation. How the heck are you going to receive that if you stay home? And so I don't know, I just feel led to say this, but I get all sorts of crazy you know uh obstacles, like, oh, it's my husband's birthday, or oh, my niece is having her baby shower that day. Guys, I get it. I know, but I'm telling you, I'm not sugarcoating this. I'm telling you that if you want more out of your business and you get 3, 4, 5, 8 people on your team and you're not going to conference, guess what? They're not either. And if they are, well, it's a darn shame that they're getting all that mentorship and leadership and poured into, and you're going to not be there, not be receiving and hearing the same thing. It is crucial for us. It is our college. So you don't graduate college and go get a career and you're clueless. No, college equips you for that. Getting that piece of paper is the launching pad. Getting that sales director suit or that red jacket, that is your launching pad. It is not a destination. So I'm really going to challenge you to think beyond that even. I know I talked about dreaming and, what this could give you access to and all of that. But when we were at leadership conference, NSD Ari Hathaway gave us a challenge, and you guys can follow along with this right now, to like turn your head. Okay, so turn behind you and find something and set your focus on it. Pick something far away, like set your focus on it. You're gonna like know it. Okay, then turn back around. You got it in your head. Okay, you know where it's at. You know what color it is. You got the whole thing, right? Okay, then turn around again. And then I want you to envision something further. Can you see further? You probably can, right? Okay, whatever position or wherever you're trying to go in your business, there is something farther than that. It is not the destination. So I'm just telling you, you're constantly going to be learning and growing. And I love that about this business, but I love knowing that ahead of time, because right now, you getting your red jacket is no different than me getting my national sales director suit. It is the same concept. Okay, but there is something past that. There is gold circle, diamond circle, offspring nationals, inner circle. There is a bunch past that. And so when I'm ever feeling like, I just always think bigger. And I actually learned that from Diane. It wasn't presented quite the same way, but I learned that from her, because when you think small, you get small or smaller. And it's just not even like cute. It's just not like, so don't. So you're going to think big. You're going to think past that. You're going to have conversations with the people that are in your life, your leaders, the people that it would move you to hear what they have to say or what it would mean to them. If you don't know what to do, if you are like, I don't really know what I want out of this Mary Kay thing, talk to someone you love and respect and get their vision and hitch your wagon to theirs. I am a team player to the nine. I never would have earned a car, probably a premier car, had I not, and I'm just being real. I mean, I maybe would have like just what's next and figured it out over time, but it would have taken me longer. I moved up because I hitched my wagon to my nationals vision. I moved up again because I hitched my wagon to my husband's vision of all of our goals. It is not usually about us. So we have to be creative in having those conversations. Okay. That wasn't at all where I was going. Okay, so your team's going to do what you do. You got to go to career conference. Did I say that? All right, career conference, check. Meetings. You got to go to meetings. How the heck are you going to know how to run a meeting as a leader or get the confidence or know what to do if you don't take role in that now, right? So you got to go to meetings. And I'm just going to say, like, your image, if you're not super confident, my image, I have had to step up a lot, guys. I wish I had like a little before picture of me. I've got some of me in my red jacket, and guys, it's just so crazy how I wear lipstick now. Like, how did that happen? It's crazy, but I knew that if I was going to be on this call tonight, that I needed to have the image of a national sales director. If you're going to be training, you need to have the image of a red jacket. You need to have the image and the confidence and the readiness on time, there to help, communicating with your director or your national. You need to have that stuff in the works, right? Okay, so you just got to take up your image a notch. If you feel like you don't know how to wear eye makeup, well, or you just are like, I don't know what, like, guys, I'm telling you this because, like, if you only knew where I come from, my best friend, like, practically like dresses me. She's like, yay, nay. My husband, I hold up earrings. I'm like, which one? And she thinks it's hilarious. But like, he picks my earrings. This is not my thing. It's not my passion. It's not, okay. I'm not the glam girl. I had no makeup on until like now, because I've been home all day. But I'm telling you that because it is part of our job. We are in the image industry. When you say I'm with Mary Kay Cosmetics, people aren't only judging and deciding right then if they want to work with you within that first 7-second impression. Let me add, you have 7 seconds. But they decide right then what our company's about. How do you want to represent our company? If I was just kind of like, whatever, riding around in my pink Cadillac, guess what? That represents you. Not just me, not just my business. It represents every consultant in my community. So as a business owner, we're talking like banker, realtor, think of those people. They have a attire. They have to like rise up to that image. I doubt they want to wear, you know, what they wear every single day, but they do, right? So that's been a huge conversation in our area lately, is just taking that up a notch. Like when you look the part, you somehow feel more confident in the part. Okay, it all works together. Constant communication with your sales director. Look, she's walked it. I am so different from my senior director. And when she was training, I literally remember listening and just being like, oh my God, like I cannot do this. Guess what? When you have the role, you can customize it and like put your touch on it then. But until then, follow in their footsteps, guys. Like they know what they're doing. They have the paycheck, they have the suit, they probably have the car, the whole nine. You know, they have the experience. It goes back to that word. It means everything. Like she's already had consultants that have quit and like gone through that, right? She's already had a $0 party that probably doesn't happen often, but she's going to be able to work you through your party and tweak skills and give you that extra that you need to be successful. When I say constant communication, I would recommend after every party you do, after every session you do, you're telling her who you met, how many people were there, who you liked, you know, what your sales were, what you felt confident in, what you didn't. Okay, then this one's huge. We got to do the activity. I've talked about that. But we've got to, okay, there's some things that like outside of booking, selling, sharing, I just feel that we have to get good at as leaders. So I'm going to come back to that. I'm going to write it down because I don't want to forget my thought. But one of them is tracking, to know the numbers and to track. I don't care if numbers are your thing or not. I just am telling you that the owner of Chick-fil-A, the owner of the salon down the street, they know their numbers. In fact, stellar business owners know exactly last year how much they did in sales. They know the weather. If it's a restaurant, they know what games were playing. They know, you know, if a certain conference was in town, they know exactly what was happening. It helps them project this year. It helps them not only know their numbers, but set goals. And so then guess what? They set a goal. One of my best friends, she's a manager of a restaurant. When I go in, I'm like, what's the sales today? Well, y'all got to beat. I've been to Target. I have a girl that works behind the scenes in Target. Guys, they know their number. They know how many red card things, 5% off things that they're looking to like sell that day. They know. It is a goal. It is communicated throughout the entire store. So guess what? Everyone's working for the same goal. You've got to talk your goal. You've got to track it. It has to be visual. It has to be every day. I'm just telling you, like email and your Mary Kay in Touch, you need to be looking at those things daily, not weekly, not just whenever you get a notification. Daily. It needs to be like daily that you're looking into those things, daily that you're talking to your sales director, daily that you're talking about numbers. It is a business. It doesn't mean that it has to be your strength. It's just one thing that I mean, if you have 4 team members on your team and you only need one more to get a 13% commissions check, guys, make an extra $200 because you know your numbers. Okay. One skill that I feel very passionate that any single person that wants to move up, or if you are a current leader, you got to get good at, you got to be a master of, is month end. Okay? I'm not talking about numbers right now. I'm talking about deadlines. Deadlines are healthy. Every single month end, you should be chasing down something. Even if you're on here and you're like, I don't know about this leadership thing, have a sales goal every single week. Every single week. Minimum, guys, is $300 weeks. That means you would at least be profiting $600 into your home, right? But month end, it's a state of mind kind of like right now we're 10 days away. So you're either like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, I only have 10 days. Oh my God, where's this going to come from? What am I going to do? And you're like losing it. Or you're like, 10 days, I can like save the world's problem, like save the world, like all the world's problems solved in 10 days. And there is a mid in between, but like really look at what side you're leaning on there, because guess what? If you're going to do this, you're going to have a lot of month ends. You are going to have a lot of days in the month that you're considering how long until month end. Talk to your sales director, talk to your national, ask them questions. I will tell you, I love month end. If you had asked me even a year ago, I would have told you I dread month end. This is something I just had to get good at because it's a part of our job, just like booking, just like selling, just like sharing, just like follow up, all of those skills. Month end, knowing your timeline, knowing your goal, knowing what you need to do, making sure it matches that beautifully. It's not like you're like freaking out and going to quit because the emotion overwhelms you. This is emotion does not mix with business. And so I know I can say that like on this side, but I promise you that I can say that because I've seen people really like let that rule them. And here's the deal. If you want to go into IQ on February 1st, or if you want to be in a team leader position on February 1st, here's my thought process. Just how my brain works. You got 10 days to run full out, to tell the world your goal, to work, to have joy in that, to be excited to represent Mary Kay, a God First company, to be proud that she did way harder things than we're having to do in 10 days, okay? And you can get to February 1st and you can hit your goal and you can celebrate and you can be excited and you can celebrate and you can reset the goal and run again. Or you can miss the goal. Now, is this an option in my head? No. I'm not saying I'm going to miss the goal. But guys, worst case scenario is you miss the goal. We're still good. We still got customers. Husband still loves you. Kids still got food on the table. Like, it's fine. Keep moving. You know what I mean? You've got to miss some goals too along the way to be relatable and all. So I just encourage you, these last 10 days, think of every month as a finish line and get excited about month end. All right, last thing that I really want to touch on, and then Diane, I don't mind if you want to ask questions or add on to something that I've said and cut off short or something like that. But we make a lot of money. Did I say that? Did I tell you how much money we make? It's a lot of money. And it gets better over time. And I can say that because I'm still in the early, end of sales directorship. And I love seeing my check grow quarterly. My checks grow and I see it consistent. And, business doesn't go like this, right? It goes like this and you go up. That's business. That's just how it works. But I will tell you, I've learned so much in the last 4 years. And I am just really passionate about even consultants making money, not just directors, not just on the journey to director, consultants. And so as you move into leadership, you're going to have a lot of consultants on your team that you're going to want to teach the skills to make money, because when people are making money, they are happy. I've never met a consultant that is making loads of money complaining or like about her business. Okay. Same thing with sales directors. It's a business, right? So you take the emotion out of it. When you're making money, great, you're good. Okay, so if you were to work your business right now, 6 to 10 hours a week, okay? I'm just factoring into this. Parties, faces, sharing products, 6 to 10 hours a week. You would at least, guys, be having $500 weeks, which I just am an advocate for. Here's why. You'd be making at least $1,000 every single month, right? So we're going to say that you have 5 or more people on your team and that you have a working team. When I think of a working team, you need to at least be adding 2 new people per month to consider that like growth, okay? Not stagnant. It's like a bathtub. If you have hot water represents new people coming in the tub, okay? New water is hot. That keeps the pool of water warm, right? The minute that you cut off the faucet, it becomes lukewarm and then it becomes cold, okay? So moving up the career path, you're going to be adding people at all times. If you were even to add 2 people per month, in addition to your $1,000 profit from your parties, $500 weeks, 6 to 10 hours a week, okay? You're adding 2 new people. You have 5 or more people on your team you're working. That commissions check is going to average anywhere from $650 to like $1,200. I know that's a wide range, but that working team is powerful. So I'm going to put right in the middle. $800 would be your average commissions check, okay? 800 plus 1,000 is $1,800 for part-time income, 6 to 10 hours a week. That is a lot of money. That's based on a 13% commissions check, and that's based off of personal work, which is the only thing that you really need to do to be successful, because that leads by example to your teams, right? you're celebrated at your weekly success night, you're making money, you're moving up the career path, you're gaining skills, you're getting stronger, and making such great money along the way, guys, at a part-time level. You guys on here that are watching, you have the ability in this 8-man promotion to take that 1,800 and literally triple it like that, because leaders make so much more money. And so I'm just going to really encourage you and challenge you and pray for you as you go on this directorship journey, because it is the most incredible sisterhood. Everything that is a stellar memory. I mean, I've loved my entire journey, but directorship is just different, and the best ones have come from that position. So I hope this helped you guys tonight as you're walking through this journey. It's a privilege to be on here, and I just am cheering you on because it's an amazing time in Mary Kay.
Awesome. Oh my goodness, Jordan. That was so fantastic. I felt like it was just trying to keep up with your passion and your energy and your emotion was just amazing. I love that you said, you know, you went from heck to no to top director, kind of like without breathing, because you just consistently saw the next best step, and you were willing. And so much, everything that you shared, it's not about the how-tos so much as it's about how you're thinking about what it is you're doing. And so everything that you gave everyone tonight, and I hope everyone that you really received Jordan's message, because everything that she gave you is really sharpening your edge and really challenging you about how you're thinking about this opportunity. And, you know, honestly, your passion for this opportunity is just to be admired, Jordan, and you are wise beyond your years. And we're so fortunate to know that we are going to have a young woman like you as a national sales director to carry on Mary Kay's legacy. And knowing the woman and reading her autobiography, everybody gets it in their starter kit. Just knowing the woman, it makes everything that we do seem like there's no reason why not. And those problems and those challenges that we all have, you know, are they a problem or a challenge, or are they an opportunity? It's all how we look at things. And so I just love your energy. I love your passion. I love everything that you shared. I know everybody did as well. I know anyone who was listening had to have been blessed. And so you guys, everybody who is listening, what I encourage you to do is this. First off, if you're in my national area, on my post where I have the link to the recording, or the link to the YouTube, I want you to affirm what you heard from Jordan, like we always do. Go there and post what you received from Jordan, because I'm going to pass those on to you, Jordan, so that you get those affirmations, since we don't have in this environment the ability to do that. And I'm sure Heidi Gelza will collect those from her area as well. And you guys, here's the other thing that I challenge you to do. You know, this going into DIQ with 8 and building your unit with 8 is such a gift, as Jordan talked about. And what I want you to do is I want you to reach out to, well, actually, if you're in my national area, I want you to post that, again, under the link on our area Facebook group. I want you to not only affirm Jordan, but I also want you to say, if you're moving into DIQ, I want you to post when, okay? And if you're not moving into DIQ, I want you to post, you know, where are you going to be on the career path by the end of the month, right? Where are you going to be on the career path after these next 10 days? So you guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for taking the time. You know, the best investment you can always make is in yourself. And that's what you did here tonight. And so I'm sure you are richly blessed as a result. So have a great rest of your night. Have a great week, and have a great finish to January.